Hello everyone, this is Green1140 here bringing you the next Let's Talk. This time we're Let's Talking about Elements again. This time, this one's going to be stressed about the newer players because in almost every Elements of the Game video I have made, somebody asked, what game is this? Is it Magic the Gathering? Even though this isn't the title, it's Elements. And where do I find this game? This is probably supposed to be good. It's in the description every video, but nobody seems to look there. So, I'm making this video mostly to help out the newer players, tell them what elements they should pick, and see if it fits their playstyle. One of the more popular decks to start out with, and this is the deck creation screen, where it's the first screen you see right after you log in with a new account. The more popular ones are Fire. For instance, every friend I have got to play this game have chosen Fire just because it looks cool. Actually, Fire is one of the better control decks when you first start out. It just doesn't have that rush quality that, for instance, Earth has or Life has in the beginning, or even Aether. It's pronounced Aether, not Ether. Anyway, Fire has some basic skills. Deflagration is very popular. You can destroy the targeted permanent, and Rain of Fire is definitely used in most rainbows. Another one that should be used, but never is Light. Light has an amazing rush deck, and I'll show you guys what it is. Even though my favorite element is personally Time, Light is just a fun one to play. So I would suggest you pick out Light or Fire or Earth even. I mean, even Entropy. It's just, as long as you have fun playing it, that's all that counts at the beginning. When you first open it up, you'll notice that you have to beat a level 0 with your quest, but before you do that, you click the Your Deck screen. In the Your Deck screen, you can actually see the deck you have and all of its weaknesses. For instance, this has Quantum Pillars, which do absolutely nothing in this deck, so we can just take them out. It also has a Dagger, which we do not need right now. We are going to be making what's called a Pegasus Blessing deck. And what this means is that you play the card Pegasus, and it has a skill called Dive. Now you need one air quanta to fuel it, and we'll deal with that later. And what it does is it doubles its attack for one turn. Now, it starts at a measly 3 attack, so it's not that big of a deal, but if you use a card called Blessing on it, which is a buff card, and it allows the Pegasus to gain 3 life and 3 health, 3 attack and 3 health, that means that it actually doubles that again, so what becomes a 3/2 creature then becomes a 6/5 creature, and after dive becomes a 12/5 creature, and it's just crazy damage in the beginning. So that's the deck we're going to be making. First up, we take out all wind pillars and all wind cards. This will be explained later. We switch our mark to wind, or air I should say, and we go off to the bazaar to sell our cards. So all of them, you do not need any of them. Go over to the light switch, buy a 1 blessing, go to manage deck, sell out a worm, I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Go to the bazaar, sell your worm, and you want to make sure you balance out your wind or light pillar needs. So go to the bazaar, buy out 2 more light pillars, get rid of the last 2 air cards, and you have your almost basic deck. Okay, this will likely be your first starting deck unless you add more light pillars, sell more pillars, and make it more precise. This will carry you through level 0 and level 2, and it's just very basic. So what we'll do is we'll battle at level 0. This is purely a tutorial, and I'll show you guys how to play as I go along. The cards with these light bars by them means that means you can play them. Right now, these are 0 cost cards, so I can play all of them. Creatures attack at the end of every turn, and it's just, there's no choosing whether they attack like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic. It automatically attacks for the sake of speed. Play your light pillar, and you play a card called Guardian Angel, which encourages healing. Definitely not one of the more popular ones unless you're, for instance, Yaladela. Yaladela. Oh, yeah. Anyway, once you get your Pegasus out, you can immediately notice that it has, 3 attack. Before you dive it, however, you notice you can dive And in order to use a skill, the creature has to be out for 1 turn. That is no exceptions. It has to be done. Shard of Readiness, which is a very semi-rare card. It allowed the creature to use that skill that turn, and it was just so abused. It was abused so much with Dive. Anyway, cast Blessing on your Pegasus. Cast Dive, and it immediately becomes a 12/5 creature, which is more powerful than your dragon. And that costs about 3 times as much. 2 times as much. Dive again, and because it's a level 0, it only has 50 hit points, and it's very easy to beat unless they get amazingly lucky with their cards. Dive. You can also play what's... I guess I'll go over that later. Anyway, now that you made some decent money, go to your quest, and because you bought and sold cards, you can already take over the rewards. So now that we got a decent amount of change, we go to the bazaar, buy more Pegasi and Blessings. Sell your dragon. That'll be your biggest money maker. And your... let's go with reflective shield. You just don't need it. Sell those 2. Buy 2 more Blessings. Sell those 2 useless holy lights. Buy 1 more Pegasi. Take out your soul shield, and you have your very basic light deck. Now this is where it can get customized. As long as you have 6 blessings and you don't even need 6 Pegasi, you can make this deck work. I mean, it's so much fun. Once you use a blessing on a Pegasus, try to keep all the blessings on that one so it gets massive damage. For instance, I once had like a 56 attack Pegasus. It was ridiculous how high that was. If you want, you can include Holy Lights. You don't even need other creatures. Because you're synergizing with air, air has a lot of good cards you can use and jump in with that, either be Thunderstorm or anything, because the Pegasus won't consume all of it. This is just a fun deck, and I would recommend most people start out with this. I mean, it lacks control, but what it makes up for in control is speed. And it's definitely one of the decks I would choose. So I'll see you all next time.